Is just that Varus that we were talking about already, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Isaac, if we're talking about spices, Varus feels pretty vanilla.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, so you blinded your top, you gave Ben counterpick on blue side, you gave double souling counterpick to BLG on blue side, something, kind of interrupting you, but I feel like he probably could have just tried to WQE, and then if you get an interruptive flash after, but either way now Shadow staying active and looking for Boal.
Yeah, Shadow wants to at least get another summoner spell up here, takes a chomp out of Boal, immediately taking a lot of turban aggro. Shadow with a late flash, what in the hell is going on? BLG just gift wrapped it! Boal gets a double kill! Have to flash, and Boal gets away with 2/3 HP.
Have we started a new minigame as to when Boal will actually flash? Because this man is not going to use that summoner spell as VKS look for a cross map. They're going to zone Elk away from as much farm as they can. They secure a plate as well.
They get the clone out of the Nico on, trying to buy a little bit of time, but no, it's VKS teaching last year's Worlds runner-up how to do a tower
level up!
Chains of Corruption coming out now. They want a little bit more damage. Morteo's barely hanging on to life, and Desamas as well. A double kill for the Nico with the minions. And right as I spoke too soon.
The classic transitive properties, the Western reliable.
Yeah.
All right, so this is actually one of the latest grub takes I feel like we've seen at this tournament, and even throughout this year. Grubs are almost always within the first 30 seconds they spawn. You see at least one of the teams sending their jungler over to at least secure one grub. But because of the chaotic state of this game, it's 9.5 minutes in before the grubs are first taken, and it is VKS securing all three, as Trimby's in a bit of a tough spot here. The Pillar's trapping a Mega Inferno Bomb for the slam dunk. And that means Knight's getting paid on this one.
Secured an objective, and so there's no reason for BLG not to be pathing towards the Dragon to try and cross map. And ultimately, BLG just picked themselves up a free kill.
Yeah, he seemed very slow to react on that play, and maybe caught shopping a little bit there. We have seen that before, but...
But yeah, both teams, without really anything significant to play for, it's a lot of fishing. It's a lot of maybe playing for plates, maybe looking for a pick. And so I expect both teams to be kind of very respectful of one another. As I say that.
Yeah, on goes in for the Pop Blossom, and once again, it's going to be Trimby just deleted off the Rift. He tries to flash over the wall, but the follow-up damage after the Nico ulti guarantees he drops.
Up a decent amount of gold, did get a plate. That is nice, but Ben in Shadow here.
Yeah, Ben's immediately going to drop the ulti as Shadow runs through the frozen domain, throws the pillar down. Public execution from Boal, trying to play this defensively, but now with a redemption coming in, VKS, they turn it around as Desamas shows up. Shadow is forced to flash away.
Right now, though, they do have position. They know that Desamas has just used the ultimate. They know that as well, Boal doesn't really have much left to continue the fight, so they turn their attention on. And again, they brought their bot lane up, and this is a nice sign from the side of BLG as they now want to try and get Elk and On invested in a dive.
Yep, they're summoning up the Herald here immediately. Boal trying to get away. The Pop Blossom catches a Mega Inferno Bomb from downtown. Means Knight's the one taking the kill credit, and Miru and Trimby have no choice but a full retreat. The Herald's going to be driven into the tier 2, but immediately On's going to be shuffled back towards it. Has to flash away in response.
They will eventually be able to get down here and look for a dragon, but just kind of spending a lot of time there, Desamas, to not really get involved in anything.
All right, Mountain Drake at least does go the way of VKS, even if it is on a slower timer than you would hope for. 2-2 on the feet of Monster Slaying. So the next neutral objective will also determine the boots, as Miru has to use the Shifting Sands to get away from BLG, who are overloading this top side. Mega Inferno Bomb. Only the edge clips Miru, so he still survives. But the tier 2 cannot tell the same tale. As
Desamas hasn't been that active and isn't even up in farm as a result, so looking good.
Oh, Pop Blossom forces the flash out of Morteo's, but On will pay the price. VKS get a kill back. They tie it up 5-5.
But you got the flash off of Morteo's, and it is going to mean he's going to be very vulnerable.
Okay, Ben going in with the ulti here on the Jax. Killer Instinct from Elk brings him into the fight now too, with public execution defensively from Boal. Just trying to get away and buy a little bit more time, but Counter-Strike number 2 locks it up and knocks him down. Ben gets his first kill of the game.
Either your carries. This is great play from BLG, and he's going to stop his recall again.
Yeah, Miru's not even going to be able to participate in the fight at all. It's going to take him so long to get back and heal and then try to teleport in, as Knight is just trying to keep everybody on VKS away. The Otacon down to 3,000 HP. On playing defensive here with the Pop Blossom, just trying to create enough space. Thornbound Otacon secured. Boal dives into the BLG front line as they root up Bin, but they do not have the damage to try to kill him. The bouncing bomb barely missing out on Trimby as Miru's going to be the first to die. There's no way out for the Emperor. There's no way through for VKS.
And in the midst of that, they even took the bot tier 1. Now they take the mid tier 1. Now you look up, it's 4K plus Otacon pedals in the advantage here.
They were pulling most of those from the Rift.
They were doing a good job gardening.
Yes, they were doing a lot of gardening in the first 20 minutes of the game, so BLG mostly equalized in that count.
They can find any pick, any punish onto BLG, at least it'll give them something, a moment of reprieve, but no opportunity will be found. The pillar comes down.
Oh, nice pillar there from Shadow as Disamus tries to take Elk with him, but he just does not have the damage here on the Kiana.
Oh, is enough to dissuade VKS. We talked a little bit about these range opportunities on both sides, but now that the Ziggs is fully online, he is just melting anytime VKS try to approach. And again, we're seeing it here on assisting with that poke.
Samus in the pit, he wants to go in for the steal, but he does not find it. He's immediately killed by the jump from the Trundle. On is about to die, and Miru takes him out, but Boal cannot kill Elk. BLG are gonna get everybody here as Miru and Morteos cannot get away. Elk will not be found. It's a double kill for the Kaisa. It's black and white screens for everybody on VKS.
We have Bin pushing mid lane. Knight is already going to crack this tower. And will just be the inhibitor tower, not the inhibitor.
Knight's damage on turrets with this Ziggs is just disgusting.
In the river. We jump back to live.
Oh, I think it might be a repeat of that performance here for Disamus as Shadow just beats him upside the head with the bat. It's another death for the Kiana. 0-3 and 2 now. Power play for another 90 seconds. And gentlemen, they're already at plus 6,600 gold on this one. This one's looking like the end of the game as Boal cannot do anything to try to protect the tier 3 here in the bottom lane. Bin split pushing in mid lane. Top lane inhibitor is already exposed. Remember, in the bottom lane inhibitor is first to fall. The 4-man squad on BLG continues pushing bottom as Trimby's got to be careful. Shadow and a little bit of poke behind him takes Trimby down below half HP immediately. Another bouncing bomb is going to take care of the last tier 3 turret at the same time. That one's gone. Inhibitor about to follow here in mid, and now Bin, if he wants to, can just try to walk up to the top side, take out that third and final inhibitor. But with Knight and Bin right there beside Elk, it's far easier said than done. BLG looking for inhibitor 3. They will find it very, very easily. And now VKS stuck inside their base, double super minions in every lane.
Agree, and I mean also going on red side and allowing both your soul laners to get counterpicked by the blue side team, to me is just like, that is kind of asking for it, right? Like, you know, when you are the heavy underdogs, you need to be able to be aggressive. You need to be able to get advantageous matchup, push the pace. Trimby's in trouble.
Yeah, Trimby with a killer instinct from Elk, threatening his life. Does stay alive for now, but the Mega Inferno Bomb will remedy that real fast. Miru tries to finish the job, but the only thing finished is his time on Summoner's Rift. 50-second death timer here for the mid laner from VKS as a 5v3 for BLG is looking like the end of this game. Shadow throws out the pillar, Chains of Corruption, Pop Blossom on 3. Ben gets the kill, Morteos is already down. Disamus trying to fight back, but he can't even kill on. Boal stuck on the steps of the fountain, watching the last remnants of his base get destroyed. BLG bulldoze game 1.
This mid laner that just works so well with aggressive junglers.
And the thing is, remember that with LeBlanc's dash, the dash in is a movement skill. It is a dash forward, so trying to go over to Leah's Unraveled Earth is going to stun you. You get that Kainic Rookern completed. Once you have the Magic Shield, the trades become much more manageable as BLG have started up the first Drake of the game. Trimby, Morteos, and Disamus all around. Even levels here for everybody except +1 level for the AD carry roll on VKS as now Miru's ready to ride the wall straight in. Shadow under pressure a little bit here. They want the kill on the BLG jungler, but it's first blood over to Knight instead. Disamus has to try to get away. Bin arrives with a teleport and the equalizer lays out the red carpet. Disamus is welcomed straight to the spawn platform. One more auto attack takes him down. BLG have already secured 2. Shadow getting away just barely. Trimby with a flash in to finish off the kill, and he gets back through a magical journey over the wall to stay alive himself. So VKS get one back, but BLG wins the fight at the cost of Bin's teleport.
Carries HP or your supports or whoever's, and then you're like, well, now you can't fight anymore. Sucks to suck. And that's why she's such an obnoxious champion and difficult to lock down, and that's why hard CC is super important for her. And in this composition, there really isn't a lot. So Right now, the Grubs have started off.
Yep, Shadow's going to go ahead and secure that first grub for BLG, but it's VKS moving into the river now as BLG decide one is enough.
Exactly. You see that Elk was not roaming, and Miru moved from bot, so that is why BLG do back off after this one play. But the problem is there's no TPs up here for VKS, so great, you got 2 grubs, but look what's happening bot lane. You're dropping waves, you're going to lose at least 1 tower play here.
Live as we're about to crest the 10-minute mark here, so not a lot of importance placed on that one after the first fight that was over
tower.
As Elk, he does get himself caught up inside that Tempered Fate, tries to Valk away, but the Cyclone interrupts it. That Elk just got hunted. Morteos is the one holding the smoking gun, and VKS get everybody away. They take the kill. On in the enemy jungle, placing down some vision, just making sure he maintains control over this area. Nobody from VKS can step up, and that's BLG securing their first Drake. Very late first Drake this game, 11 minutes in.
It's the jungle support duo. To me, that was kind of the biggest difference in the last game, how they played together. They're TPing in Miru. They're going to see if they can do something.
Yeah, it looks like Disamis has to try to get all the way out here. Defensive Cyclone wants to re-engage there onto Shadow. Seismic shove collides with On. He's down to about 20% HP, and On's turned off. Nice moves from VKS, fighting him off to secure the feat of warfare.
Themselves 3 kills, but BLG's not done yet.
Yeah, Shadow wants to step forward, but he's chunked to half HP. Trimby continuing to get away as Miru rides the Weaver's Wall in, but it knocks Shadow onto the wrong side, so he's still safe, and now Miru's gonna be your target. Just completely exploded, but still alive for an extra second. Knight takes him out with the Sigil of Malice. It's a double kill now as Disamis falls too. The LeBlanc is getting fed, and VKS needs to run. Ben's here to cook him up. Triple kill over to Knight. The LeBlanc gets a quadra. 15 minutes into the game.
Eyes, a traditional Knight staple.
Yep.
And I mean, there's no reason.
Yeah, this could be. Look at the damage on Disamis. Knight just needs one more spell. Sigil of Malice, one more auto. There it is. Knight is dominating. 6-0-1 on this LeBlanc. 4 more pages added to the book. This is beyond a problem at this point. His individual gold lead is 2.1 thousand gold. He's waiting over the wall. He sees Morteos, wants to go in. Spell Shield's going to at least keep the Sivir healthy for now as Knight moves back up to join the rest of his team. The Rift Herald was already secured off screen by Shadow. And we're talking all this about Knight. Elk is still very strong himself here on the Corki. The binding was already used there from Trimby. On jumps in to try to help Knight's dive. Not quite enough damage to kill either one of the VKS bottom laners, but they have plenty of firepower to take down the tier 1 turret. And
you called LeBlanc a poke champ, and he's poking pretty hard.
That he is.
The poke is 100% of your HP.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty dire out here for the side of VKS. Knight is still the vast majority of his team's gold lead, however, so if they can kill him, it will be huge. Knight now in some danger, down to 10% HP. Boal misses the third in Tofo strike as Miru rides the wall forward. Trimby is waiting. They give the shutdown over to Boal, and Knight, playing too far into the faces of VKS, gets punished. The gold lead now down below 1,000, but VKS has overstayed. BLG's reinforcements arrive, and Trimby is immediately destroyed. Shadow sidesteps away from the seismic shove. Miru now in a little bit of danger. He no longer has the unraveled earth. Shadow defending himself with the ulti for now. Disamis spinning into the back line. Shadow is already down. VKS coming to life as Elk is grounded, and Miru takes a triple kill to tie up the goal.
A TP back into the river as BLG is not done yet.
Finn is looking for Morteos, who was pushing for that mid tower. He got it. They're going to TP in to defend him, though. Miru's coming, but so is Knight.
Morteos already uses the spell shield to block the first Electro Harpoon. Second one tags him. Finn finding a decent amount of damage here, but Miru is first to arrive. Knight wants to kill the enemy AD carry. Miru dies. Finn is traded. Knight looking for a little bit more, but now he's in danger. He dodges away from the Tempered Fate with Distortion. Trimby continuing to chase, but there's nobody else left to chase with him. To guarantee that he doesn't get caught by anything. Knight over the wall looking for a quick trade. Won't find it, as it looks like VKS are ready to start up the objective. They are daring BLG to come and stop them. Shadow immediately dropping the ulti here. Knight goes for some quick burst. Doesn't find a ton. Trimby only tagged with a Sigil of Malice, but no detonation here just yet. Morteos using the spell shield. On looking for maybe a flank here from the other side. Miru with a very nice Weaver's Wall to prevent any approach from BLG, and VKS just navigated the dragon fight better. Disamas also had a very large purchase when he went back. Sadly, not enough to complete his second full item, so still an advantage there for BLG and for Shadow.
But notice the moment that Boal arrives, just as Azael was saying, space gathered. He is just a man that is not afraid to face check this LeBlanc. He tanks up all the damage. They pop the ult.
Okay, they're on the hunt. BLG have to try to disengage this now, as immediately they seismic shove Shadow back. Disama's going in for the Cyclone. They want to look after Elk. Shadow has to flash away. Redemption coming in for the side of VKS. Nobody dead on BLG. Miru throws himself into the back line, but Disamas is already down. Knight with an assassination. VKS, they took out the enemy Rumble, but they lost their jungler, so there's no chance to go for the Otacon. The Otacon dropping decently quickly,
flash
though.
Elk.
It's already down to about 1/3 HP. The rest of VKS isn't here yet. The Otacon's down to 4K. Does Trimby have the ultimate to try to stall this out? The Otacon's already going to be taken. Shadow secures it, and now BLG are looking to turn and maybe fight. On is the target here at the very start. Redemption coming in to heal him up. Boal still here on the front line. Shadow, defensive ulti, trying to buy a little bit of time. He has to know that he's dead here, so he's just going to create some room.
Look at Knight,
for the
though.
rest
They're
of the team to get
low.
away.
Morteos
over the wall. Morteos just barely staying alive there as Knight jumps over the wall and nearly assassinates him to go ahead and start this dragon. Nobody from VKS is close enough to try to stop it, so that's objective, BLG.
Yeah, VKS are just going to show up, but this is kind of the worst of those types of contests. When you show up late, you don't even have any opportunity to get involved there either. Knight is looking to put some pressure on this tower. VKS want to push on the other side, but Equalizer answers that so easily. So Knight is just going to be able to get a free tower.
Now Morteo's in a lot of danger. He's exhausted, but the rest of the team shows up to immediately back him up. The Redemption to heal him. The exhaust does not do enough. And now VKS are looking to grab a little bit more.
And Morteos, does pick up the null magic mantle here. Honestly, I would have preferred to see him just go lifesteal, just go Bloodthirster. You're not getting 100 to 0. It's about the chip. You need to be able to heal back up to be able to stay active in these fights. BLG 2-minning the Baron right now, but Boal taking space. Knight looking over the wall.
Boal here in the front line. Knight looking at the back line. Disamas goes in for the Cyclone, knocks up a couple of them. Elk and On off to the side as Boal goes in after Bin. Tries to go all out, but it's Boal in the middle of 3 different people. He's going to be locked up here with a Tempered Fate to buy him a little bit of extra time as On's going to be taken down by the rest of VKS off to the left here at the same time. Elk takes Trimby out of the picture as Boal finally dies. BLG find a 2-for-1 so far. Knight jumps over the wall. Miru fighting back. He throws another rock. Miru is low. Bin wants to go in. It's double golden statues. Bin is about to die. Knight is about to go with them. Morteos gets back over the wall as Elk takes him out. As now he has to try to get away. Disamas with one last auto attack. There are 8 dead bodies on Summoner's Rift.
2 people running all the way to the left, chasing down the support. The target focus needed to be there for VKS because the mobility from BLG allowed them to win out on these smaller 2v2s, 3v3 skirmishes. A flash in from Bin knowing that he has the support.
That's a strong position for so long, but it's Elk now with the IE. He had completed the Collector already. VKS, though, nicely done to be able to just steal this dragon away. I thought that was going to be BLG's for sure with the Baron buff.
He will continue making some distance. And it's not like he's only magic resist, right? Of course, he does have Mercury Treads. Kanik Rookern was the first item, but you've got the Jack Show in this game now on that Corki, who is, 1 item away from full build himself.
Yeah, and Miru is very far up. I mean, he's just there. He's going to get picked.
Yeah, Miru slammed into the wall. He tries to go for a little bit of Gromp gaming. He flashes even, trying to get away. A potential massive mistake from Miru.
Had no vision around whatsoever. And it's an easy pick there for Bin and On. They do take him down. And now BLG are pressing. They take down that tier 2 mid. No one is answering this whatsoever. And if that gets cracked, then all of a sudden this wave clear matters a lot less.
Yeah, that tier 3 turret is about to fall. One more auto attack will take it. VKS keeps it alive for now. Knight jumping in over the wall, tries to find some quick damage. Yeah, the backdoor protection pops up, but it doesn't matter. It's already so low. Miru's mistake costs gravely for VKS as BLG take the opportunity here with a 5v4 to force down the mid lane inhibitor turret, the inhibitor right behind it, and finally break into the base. Tempered Fate catches Ben on the very edge. Trimby trying to bind him into the wall, but he doesn't have the distance now. The equalizer here for the counter attack. Knight looking for the backline. Keeper's verdict. Inject attacks Boal. Morteos under pressure. BLG looking to go all the way in as Knight ends up trying to get away. Morteos barely hanging on, but Desamas is down. Knight kills him off. BLG still looking for even more. Morteos barely hanging on, and that might be the difference. And Knight wants even more than that. This LeBlanc, this 900 AP, 25 Magi stacks carry is such a threat.
He really is. So many flashes spent across the board there, though, as that just seemed like a very disjointed fight for VKS. It's Morteos!
Morteos! He's gonna dive to the chain! Knight with the pick! We've talked about it all game long. If you lose track of him, you are dead. And Knight will sign the death warrant for the Brazilian AD carry.
A beautiful game from Knight as he has continued to help BLG throughout this game.
So it is a very big gold lead, but you look over at the other side, Morteos almost feel built as well.
Against BLG in this second one, but BLG are looking to tighten their hold on this game. The Weaver's Wall flies in. It's on, the only one trapped on the other side of it. He channels the Keeper's verdict. Tempered Fate locks him up. Equalizer over the top of everybody here on VKS. The redemption coming in. Trimby tries to heal up as Shadow dives in. Trimby's already down. Defensive ulti coming out from Desamas, but the tier 3 turret is erased from the rift. Boal, the only thing that BLG can target from here. Shadow healed up by redemption himself. BLG have broken a second inhibitor now in the bottom lane.
The mid wave is being escorted in by Knight. That's 2 waves hitting onto these Nexus towers. Baron empowered, only 4 members left from VKS.
BLG looking for their game-ending push, but Elk is going to be caught out a little bit by the seismic shove. He has to get back. The barrier keeps him alive. Shadow also at death's door. 100 HP here on the enemy jungler. Knight tries to jump into the back. Guardian Angel ready to bring Shadow back to life as the Pathmaker into the seismic shove. Kills him yet again. Morteos takes the kill credit, and VKS, despite their base being in shambles, 2 inhibitors down, 1 Nexus turret gone, they are still alive.
They keep their Nexus alive.
I mean, it's such a problem when you look at some of these last fights. Is On gonna get caught?
Yeah, On hit by the seismic shove into the unraveled earth. They commit the Cyclone for it. Desamas trying to look for a little bit more. Knight knocked up by the Cyclone. Slam back into the wall, tries to distort over. Shut down by Miru. VKS picked the enemy mid laner in support. Now they're riding into the mid lane. They want to look after Shadow as well. And a massive wave in the bottom lane at the same time.
The pink spot
is going bottom to try to stop it. VKS continuing their push. It's Shadow and Elk trying to defend this. Ben coming around here from the side as well. Drops the equalizer defensively. Shadow going in after Miru with the redemption. Keeps the VKS mid laner alive. The push from VKS stopped for now. TP coming in from Boal, but Ben's gonna TP into the enemy base. Ben wants to end the game. Boal's teleport has left the base vulnerable. Now Ben joins up with the super minions. The defense has to be mounted. Miru's the only one who can try to TP. He's
got no health,
but he has no health. Miru going golden, trying to survive as Shadow and Elk distract, and Ben will end the game at the Nexus. VKS fought well, but not well enough. BLG move on.
So close for the composition that 100 Thieves have, but T1 would have no way to reliably engage onto their opposition. They could have relied on the fact that 100
like someone
Thieves...
who hasn't seen Faker seismic shoves this tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, FBI still looking. As you can also see, River is hovering around down this area. So 100 Thieves, they feel confident pushing up, but up in the top side, it's Doran and Owner looking for the dive onto Big Dokes, and it's first blood over to T1.
Damage with the Blight stacks there from FBI, because 100 Thieves thought they could re-engage off of that initial play, and weren't able to, thanks to the nice flash from Doran.
And now with Doran forcing those summoner spells in the bottom lane, chunking both of the enemy laners down to half HP, this is a free ticket for T1 to secure a very early first Drake.
They're going to show up for the objectives, they're going to force fights, they're going to try to bait you into team fights that you maybe shouldn't be taking. But T1 doesn't need to fight. They can just take the advantage down on this bot side, but with Quincy being out, T1 now can move in.
Okay, T1 looking for a chance to at least take one of these grubs away with Quid's departure, and it looks like they're going to get just that. Owner and Carry move into the pit. So 2 grubs over to 100 Thieves, 1 for T1. And again, whenever you split the grubs, even for the team that got 1, it doesn't feel that bad just because the big thing is getting the little Void Mites if you secure all 3.
Wait, to try to get farm. But problem is, he is up here by himself once again. Does thin that wave, but on the next one, they're going to look to dive, and I just don't think that Doka can really do much about it realistically.
Well, we'll see. Right now, he wants to step forward, try to clear out some of that wave a little bit, but Doran immediately popping the Dominus as Owner's ready to try to show up. Dives in with the audacious charge. Public execution from Dokla. Oh. Owner's going to die to the turret shot. Dokla stays alive for now. Doran's going to try to pick this one up a little bit, but Doran's going to die as well. Big Dokes! 2 for 1 in the top lane.
Really nicely done. He forces Doran to use the ulti early, but Faker is going to get solo killed by Quid. 100 Thieves are coming to life. Now he's the one in the driver's seat. Ayla's up here. Doran could be the one getting dove.
They want to give Doran a taste of his own medicine. Ayla's going to lead the charge. He makes the dive for the headbutt pull. The flash coming out from Doran, but the exhaust ready to follow, and 100 Thieves make boots out of that crocodile. They find the dive up here in the top lane. It cost them the Drake as T1 are going to secure their second one of those.
Absolutely are, and we can see this one more time. The seismic shove is there, but Quid gets the Q slow, flashes in, kills him with the Kingslayer. Faker responds on the flash, but Faker's caught out again.
Faker in a bad spot here with the river. Ayla and Quid trying to chase him down and secure it. Quid gets another one. The Silas running the show for the mid lane. Now up here in the top side, we're going to get yet another trade. Stridebreaker now completed for Doran, but again, that eclipse from Dokla is so strong. River coming in for the Cyclone. Carrier wants to save his top laner, but it's too little. It's too late.
Can you actually stop T1 at this next dragon, right? Because yes, you're in a pretty good spot, but T1 did get 2 early dragons. They're about to take the first tower here as well. And this next dragon is going to mean so much for the game. If
Siege is not the strongest. We talked a lot about in draft how relatively short range on the side of 100 Thieves. You really have to get into the face of your opposition. And this Herald should really help open up that mid lane tower, which once that is gone, that deeper vision into the enemy jungle is going to be that much more valuable. Kick this one off. Their positioning is good.
Okay, nice little bit of poke coming out from FBI. TP coming in. Rift Herald summoned up. Looks like we might get a Combat Herald on this one as the Weaver's Wall. Nice use there from Faker. River still looking for the opportunity to try to go in and steal. Quid off on the bottom side. Rest 100 Thieves going in after the Drake. They're going to steal it away. Carrier's about to die to Quid. He falls. Quid takes the kill as the rest of T1 scrambles to try to fight. Solar Flare's not going to find much. Owner takes more damage from FBI. Faker looks to fire back, and FBI's going to be caught by the seismic shove. Owner takes the kill on that one. 100 Thieves in full retreat. Doran on the chase, but he's already lost the Dominus. Stridebreaker on Ayla. Owner goes in for a double kill. T1 take the fight, and they aren't done yet. Quid tries to escape. Owner wants to win, becomes lightning, but he can't quite make it strike. He jumps in anyway as Quid wants to sidestep the seismic shove, but he's still taking a ton of damage. 100 Thieves has overstayed their welcome, and Quid cannot use his Kingslayer in time. T1 may lose the Drake, but they'll take 3 kills. They'll take the mid lane turret, and they'll take the lead.
And it all came down to FBI not flashing the seismic shove. T1 is a team that is not afraid of just starting the Otacon, forcing your hand. Quid is just going to let the tower die to deny the local gold here, realizing that's probably not going to be defensible for long anyway.
See the Otacon, it's T1 immediately deciding they want the objective. They've already got it down to 1/3 HP. I think 100 Thieves might be a little bit late to the party. Nice Weaver's Wall coming out from Faker. River wants to go in and try to steal it away.
He got it!
100 Thieves steal the objective, but what about the fight? T1's already taken out the enemy jungler. Ayla might be next to fall. Gumayusi gets the kill, and Dokla's next on the chopping block. T1, they lose the objective, but again, they get 3 kills instead.
Any of those kills, so yes, you do get the Otacon. It stops it from being a total disaster, but Quid is going to have to back off, and that means it is now a 3.7k gold lead with it that tier 2 taken. Probably just dead instantly, you know, off of that great engage from Dokla, but T1 forcing the objective once again. They start up the dragon, but 100 Thieves reclaiming space in the area. Quid's looking to steal a good ult.
T1, 2-1 in Drake so far. Dragon down to half HP. 100 Thieves on the approach. The Weaver's Wall has been separated. Quid in the middle of everybody. Zinjao ulti stolen. Quid gonna be focused here for now, but he's still staying alive in the moment. Carrier taken down to about nothing. Dokla! The back line. He wants Gumayusi, but he can't find him. FBI's under pressure, but he stays alive as well. Both top laners out of the picture. Dragon, 3k HP. Redemption coming in for 100 Thieves as Owner tries to jump forward. Now he's gonna be your target. River's next to fall. The Drake goes over to T1. Quid jumps back over the wall. He wants the abduct, and he's lucky he didn't get it. Owner of 1 HP. A double kill of Gumayusi. A piercing arrow over the wall from FBI. There are dead bodies.
Thieves in both jerseys all over the Dragon Pit. And now Faker is looking for more. He wants another rock here onto FBI, onto Ayla. His seismic shove will not hit. Gumayusi coming around to try to help him. Ayla's next to fall. It's a 4 for 2 plus Drake for T1.
But they need that assistance. It can't be a solo mission from Dokla. Ayla's looking for an engage.
Yeah, Ayla knocks Owner up into the air. Defensive Xin Zhao ulti to keep Owner protected. Dokla dives in for the public execution. Owner's going to take a ton of burst, and he drops first. Carry is next to go if he's not careful. Doran's to the back of 100 Thieves, and they scramble defensively. Doran's next to Baron.
They go Baron!
The line on T1 is down as Baron spawns onto Summoner's Rift. 100 Thieves have 5v3, and T1 wants nothing to do with Baron.
They gotta give it up. What an engage from Ayla there as 100 Thieves finds Owner right before the spawn of Baron here.
And in the mid lane, Quid getting closer and closer to level 16. The standing gold of this mid tier 1, the bot tier 1, these towers are up for grabs.
That was a
That was not the fight they wanted.
Got a little bit too excited, but hey, they're still going to force T1 back. They're still going to take the tier 1 turret down here in the bottom lane.
That top lane though, Doran pushed it in extremely deep as Guma is yet to die in this game. This Corki is a monstrous Quid. He face checks.
Yeah, Quid face checking right into the brush. He's going to get punished here. Remember, he still has the arm guard, but the chain CC. Quid's alive, but only at 50 health. The Silas is the target, and T1 has already found him. Carry is going to be focused down by 100 Thieves. Gumayusi under pressure from River, but T1's already found a double for Owner. Gumayusi low. Dokla needs to get the kill, and he finds Gumayusi. Dokla flashes back over the wall. Faker wants to take him out, but he doesn't have the damage. FBI gets a double as Owner falls. Dokla looking to cut off Faker's escape here. The teleport coming in on top of the wave. Faker's got to be aware of this. Pathing through the jungle, making sure he stays safe.
They've done
but
it.
the mission is accomplished. Soul is averted. 100 Thieves keeping the game.
And T1 not wanting to let another one of these slip away. Dokla finally going to secure that tier 1 turret up there in the top side.
He whiffed it. It was early. Couldn't land that. That would have been critical. If he hits that, I think they can 100-0 Doran there and then go right back onto the Baron.
T1 needs to try to approach this. The Baron is dropping again, down to half HP already. Owner over the wall. River has been winning the smite fights here so far in this game. 100 Thieves looking to peel away now as Ayla charges in for the headbutt pull, but it's not going to connect. Ayla now going to be the target here with the redemption coming down, but Carry is first to die. 100 Thieves already have the first kill. River's going to the back line. He wants Faker and Goma. T1's killed River, but what about the rest of the fight? Quid into the back. Faker staying alive, trying to kite him out. Dokla with a little bit more damage, but he's down. 100 Thieves overstep, and T1 have been the best team in the world.
It's looking so good for them as T1 goes into the blender. They knock down Guma, and you're thinking, this is the time. This is where they're going to win. But Owner comes back up with a GA.
Secured, the soul will be secured, and just like that,
That's the game.
T1 will snuff out the hopes of 100 Thieves.
Exactly. You look at the point where a game breaks when you're looking back at a VOD in League of Legends, and that right there is where the game broke. Ready to push bottom lane. Faker going to use the Weaver's Wall to guarantee that this outer barrier goes down. Now the inhibitor exposed here in the bottom lane. Quid stealing away the Xin Zhao ulti yet again. Wants to have that defensive capability here in what could be the last team fight of the game. 100 Thieves thinking about their moment. First game, they're going to need to get a team fight win here. They're going to need to get the Elder after. Carrier takes a bit of poke there, so they'll feel okay about that one, but again, it's nothing that's going to change the game. Quid goes into the middle of everybody. He's shielded up with his Xin Zhao ulti. Into the back line goes Dokla. Carrier's under threat, but Dokla doesn't have the damage. He's going to be knocked into the resurrection here for the Guardian Angel. Quid has to keep making a little bit more space as Dokla tries to retreat. Gumayusi goes in, and Dokla is down. T1 managed to survive the dive. They outplay 100 Thieves. Elder Dragon targeted by T1. They've got a 5v4. Quid's only at 40% HP. Ayla focused down. He's dead immediately. T1 have their first kill. Quid wants to take Carrier, but it's not going to matter because Doran's already killed FBI. T1 on the victory push. Doran goes over the wall, and Quid has to flash away from Solar Flare. River and Quid in full retreat. T1 in hot pursuit. River trying to juke with a bit of a clone prank, but it's not going to work well enough. Quid is already dead. Faker has cut off River's escape. It will not matter that he has Guardian Angel because the Angels are not listening. T1 will stop 100 Thieves' chances dead in their tracks. It's a 5-0 delayed ace.
Dokla's back to life, but the inhibitor is first to fall, and it's only a sign of things immediately to come. The Nexus turrets will melt. 100 Thieves fought hard, but T1 is T1, and they are not gonna fall in this first game. 24-16, they'll take game one.
If there were a way to win, I think for 100 Thieves, just full sending it, so I don't mind it whatsoever.
I am not surprised even in the slightest by the Xayah being picked against the full dive.
When there's no enemy mid laner to contest, when you know that your Orianna is level 6, should be an easy objective secure.
Yeah, Dokla's still holding onto his TP though, and Guma is top, so there is a potential for a 5v4 if they want to try to go for it, but of course, they are too late. But early smite to
River
steal!
stolen away with a crash down coming in from Ayla. 100 Thieves are thinking about a fight, but Faker's already level 6. Ayla with a flash away. River stepping forward here with a shield, but a heroic entrance forces another flash, this time from River. 100 Thieves, yes, they overstay. Yes, it costs their summoners, but a heroic Comet Spear from River steals the objective right in front of T1. As T1 are going to be a little bit disappointed with that, as now River shows up in the mid lane with a Grand Starfall. Point and click there for the stun, and it's first blood over to Quid.
SP lead, level 7, and T1 should uncontested secure these grubs.
Exactly.
Only cost is going to be a few minions in bot lane, but 3 grubs for T1.
River is in the river.
Okay, but T1 has total control over
eyes
the
in the
area.
base.
They
Okay,
already
that's
lost
also
the
true.
first Drake, but they started it up, remember, so early. So second Drake of the game, down before 12 minutes, 1-to-1 in Drake count, committing a flash. He does not want to use that. They know that Quid still has the ultimate, so he could get away defensively just with that. Comet Spear and the rest of the ulti coming in now as the Grand Starfall sets it up. Carry is knocked down. 100 Thieves, they find themselves a free kill. Because they've got the crab, they're going to start up the Herald, and it's up to T1 to try to stop them. But Keria has no ulti and no flash. This Nico is not very useful.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's going to be really difficult. Ayla's trying to wrap around here on Owner, make sure that he can't actually walk up for any chance at a steal. But T1 can just play mid. They're just going to actually knock down this tower here. So yes, they will lose the Herald, but here comes River.
River jumps in, Gumayushi immediately into the ulti. River tries to follow him, but the hero's entrance locks up the enemy jungler. And T1 takes the first turret. They take a kill, and now Quid is trying to come in to take revenge. Owner is your first target. He's down to 200 HP. He tries to get away with a perfect execution, lives up to the name. Quid gets it done. Nicely played there from 100 Thieves.
So they invest their resources into mid,
They're
but
gonna TP.
now TP top lane.
Faker in a little bit of danger here. Equalizer to slow him down as he tries to escape. Dokla's got to be careful chasing after this. Quid has no ulti on the Akali. Faker trying to make his way all the way out. A beautiful shockwave. Dokla's down to make it a 1-for-1, but 100 Thieves still get him.
And Doran is going to knock down your tier 1 on the other side. So another tower going to be going the way of T1. That top lane tier 1 is almost knocked down as well. The gold very slightly in the favor of T1 here, but 100 Thieves keeping it close.
The next objective is going to determine the feats of strength, but they will concede it. T1 will secure the upgraded boots as River looks to try and cross-map, stealing away camps on the top sides.
Power, but it's the ability to upgrade the boot an additional time after the first 2 big items are completed. Killer Instinct from FBI, Pop Blossom to follow it up here. Keria on the defense as Ayla wanted to use the Magnet Storm, and they do secure the kill on Keria, but now Doran jumps into the middle of everybody. He gets one back onto Ayla, support for support as the Galio goes up into the air and gets away. Faker wants to throw the ball forward. 100 Thieves disengaging. Another 1-for-1.
And against an Orianna, maybe they want to use this Herald to guarantee this mid tower. Doran, though, doesn't have his flash.
Nice. They stun him up with a Shattering Strike, and then they try to block the exit here for the Justice Punch. Doran cannot use it to get away because he would have to dash back first. So a nice
Otacon, they're gonna
shutdown
force
goes
it.
over to 100 Thieves.
No TP on Faker.
As Otacon spawns.
You cannot allow T1 to get that third dragon for free. Move to Soul Point.
All right, Doran's about to take the tier 1 turret here in the top lane, put T1 at a very, very slight gold lead. 56 seconds until that potential soul point for T1 does spawn. Second item fully completed for Faker as well. He has the Seraph's Embrace all the way involved. Quid going after Doran here, going to allow the taunt to expire. River ready to join up. Yes, Doran is very tanky against magical damage, and he failed the flash over the wall. The Galio now with the hero's exit to get away to a nearby ally, but Quid tries to follow here with a Shuriken flip. He goes in for the perfect execution. He's trying to still find the kill. Doran dies, and Quid's got the fancy
60 feet to guarantee it. Owner wants to get away, but a flash 5-point strike hits all 5. Quid dies to the shockwave in retaliation, but it's a 2-for-1 for 100 Thieves. All right, T1 going after the Drake. 100 Thieves on the approach.
River's not
T1's
here.
already
No
got
ult.
it down to 40% HP. Doran keeping Quid away off to the right side pincer as the Infernal Drake is secured by Owner and T1. 100 Thieves not there in time.
Yeah, River really wanted to finish a second item, so he does do that, but then you're allowing them the free soul point, and now they're going to engage.
Yeah, now it's a ton of damage. Back onto River. The shield cannot protect him in time. Quid wants threat onto Gumayushi, but he doesn't have enough. Pop Blossom's not going to stop him. Ayla into the middle of everybody here with a Magnet Storm. Carrier might just die to Quid, but FBI's already been executed by Owner. Ayla's next to fall. Double kill over to Gumayushi. Carrier dies, but it's so many dead on 100 Thieves in trade. Only Quid and Dokla are still alive as Quid tries to escape into the enemy jungle. Owner's got an eye on him here with the sweeper. Quid still trying to get out, but Faker's shockwave will seal his fate.
Ability of T1's collapse. They lose so many members. They lose the dragon. They lose the Arakan, and this game is quickly slipping away.
He only kills the support, and T1 just fights forward through the rest of the team.
Faker in an awkward position here.
Yep, tagged by the first Electro Harpoon. Exhausted now as he tries to fight back. Owner swooping in to protect his mid laner. Meanwhile, FBI's in danger. Killer Instinct defensively. Faker burning down. Dokla burning down. A little bit more damage from Flame Spitter. Isn't going to get it done. Faker finds the first kill back into Dokla. Gumayushi under pressure. He tries to sidestep away. A massive outplay from Gumayushi defensively with the feathers to buy a little bit more time. But he is shut down by River. It's still 3-for-1, favoring T1 as Quid and River are trying to get away.
Tanky. Dokla didn't have the damage to get through the shielding from Doran, the HP from Faker's build, and while Quid set his sights on the AD carry, Guma was far too resilient. Carrier was providing enough support, and 2 towers will fall off the back of that as T1 gain an even greater gold advantage.
Dokla looking for it. He has no equalizer to try to stop this, but they don't need it just yet. Here comes Ayla. He's locked him up with a Magnet Storm. Faker trying to get away. He's very low on HP, but River's on the approach. Faker and Owner both getting away over the wall. Quid on the chase. He finds the shutdown onto Faker, and now he's got to try to get himself out of it. But he's not going to find the kill under Quid here just yet. Owner's going to be burned down. Shutdown credit over to River. It's 2 kills for 100 Thieves.
What a fight there from 100 Thieves. They force it. They find the angle. Quid is back to base, but he has no TP. River is low. Owner is dead. They can't start the Baron, though, because the rest of the T1 members are very strong, and the health bars are too low for River and Quid.
This entire game,
Carrier.
like you say, Vedius. Carrier has been spotted out. Important to note, T1 also ahead, 29 flower petals as Owner goes in for the Cataclysm. They're ready to back it up with Faker and Gumayushi. It's 2 kills for free, 1 for each of the T1 carries. And now with the top laner and jungler down on the 100 Thieves side, T1 are feeling emboldened. Doran just distracting everybody here in the mid lane as the rest of T1 begins the Baron.
The positioning was scattered for 100 Thieves, and T1 are so quick to pounce. They take out the jungler, they take out the top laner, they convert it into a Baron.
That might seal their fate in this game. We'll see if there's any sort of a attempt at a random seal, but not going to be there as T1 will claim the Infernal Soul back-to-back games.
For T1.
The MasterCard Priceless moment will cement another soul for T1. 13 kills to 12. 100 Thieves have fought valiantly, but now they have to keep their base alive as T1 set the siege.
More the T1 members on that bottom side are able to push in here. Carrier is there.
All right, first inhibitor turret already down. Into the back line goes River, but into the front line goes Carrier. Pop Blossom. FBI's already down, and Ayla's going to follow. River dies in the back line of T1. It's 4 dead already, and with only Quid alive, T1 is ready to end this game. The Shockwave will not find the Akali. Quid will waste as much time as he can, but it will not matter. 100 Thieves left it all on the Rift in their final series of League of Legends, but the winningest team in the history of the game will not be stopped here. T1, move on!
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.